Tonight, ER crisis. One patient's view after an agonizing 48-hour wait in an emergency room hallway.
The amount of patients that were in this hallway or in this situation was overwhelming.
Pulling back the curtain on overcrowding in Canadian hospitals.
And we have to see patients in these unconventional spaces, like driveways, like closets.
The health risks and the harsh reality. Ontario's housing minister steps down after the controversial Greenbelt land swap.
The Premier needs to listen to the music here, right?
The resignation and a cabinet shuffle by a Premier under pressure. Plus, the September heat wave.
It's certainly something that we weren't expecting.
The scorching temperatures as students head back to class.
We have 60 schools. Almost all of them don't have AC.
CTV National News with Omar Sachedina.
Good evening, everyone, and great to be back with you on this holiday Monday. For frontline healthcare workers nationwide, of course, there is no break from the intensifying strain on hospitals. And tonight, there are new signs of just how dire conditions really are. CTV News has obtained this video from inside a hospital in Ontario that has turned one of its bathrooms into a patient room. Yet another troubling indication of a health system that has long been the source of pride and is now increasingly turning into a source of shame. Our Critical Care series this week investigates the problems and examines solutions. CTV's medical correspondent Avis Favreau starts us off.
Emergency doctors and nurses have been warning about a growing crisis within the country's ERs. Now a patient echoes their concerns.
The amount of patients that were, in this hallway or in this situation was overwhelming.
Siobhan Mitchell talked to CTV from inside a Toronto hospital, posting this photo on social media. She says she waited 48 hours in this hallway to get a bed for emergency surgeries and said she witnessed a flood of sick patients jamming the ER.
There's too many people. It's just so many people seeking care, immediate care, critical care, urgent care.
She praises staff and had a good outcome, but wants Canadians to understand ER overcrowding is real.
Until you are in it, you don't really understand how desperate and critical it is. It's terrifying, it really is.
Both urban and rural emergency units are facing great strain offering urgent care because of staffing shortages and a flood of patients. And a new study from BC, reviewed by this ER doctor, shows that since the dramatic drop in ER visits early in the pandemic, hospitals there saw a rebound that continues to grow, with more patients with more severe diseases, more of whom who need a hospital bed.
It's what emergency physicians have been saying essentially since the summer of 2021 across Canada, that patients are sicker, the number of patients needing hospital admission are higher, and the challenge to that is that our hospitals are operating above 90% of capacity. Some hospitals are operating over 100%.
Because hospitals are full, newly admitted patients wait in the ER much longer. Last year, hospitals reported 90% of those waiting in ER got a bed within 40 hours. This year, it's up 9 hours to 49 hours. And when admitted patients stay in the ER, there's no room for doctors to treat the incoming.
We have to see patients in these unconventional spaces, like waiting rooms, like driveways, like closets, that patients don't expect, and they certainly deserve better.
It's a crisis of supply and demand, not enough hospital beds for an aging and growing population, along with an exodus of nurses and doctors. Earlier this year, ER physicians in Alberta and BC sent out letters, some warning patients not to come to emergency, saying overcrowding was increasing the risk of medical errors. And there have been some deaths this year, like that of 37-year-old Alison Holtoff, who waited hours in the ER for care. But this paper warns there may be more that aren't visible. Using a formula, doctors came up with a preliminary finding for what they say is a hidden pandemic.
Based on our population, you would find that over a year, somewhere between 8,000 and 15,000 patients are dying in Canada because of emergency department crowding.
Earlier this year, Ottawa handed the provinces an extra $46 billion to start fixing some of the problems in healthcare, including ER overcrowding. But health workers we spoke to said there are no signs of improvement, with emergency physicians and nurses now calling for a national forum to start fixing this urgent situation. Omar?
A situation that appears to be getting worse. So, Avis, is the issue that there isn't enough money, or that the money being spent right now isn't being done so effectively?
Well, money is an issue in that you need more beds. We have an aging population, and we appear to have sicker people who didn't necessarily get care during COVID. So that's an issue. But I think the underlying point here is that this has been a problem that existed before COVID, and there wasn't a lot of planning for what we have now. And any corporation, any entity should be planning for what's needed. That's what we've got. The situation now.
And now we also know that fall is traditionally a time when patients head to the ER with respiratory issues. More of them do. What is your advice to them? What should they look out for?
Well, it is going to get busy, and that's part of the reason the doctors are worried. But if you do have to go to ER and you need care, please go. We just want you to know that you may have to wait. And please be kind to the staff, because they all say they're going through a record amount of abuse and violence because people are angry and upset at the situation we're in.
All right, Avis, great advice. Thank you. So good to see you again.
Thank you.
And Avis will be back here tomorrow with a look at the high number of rural emergency rooms shutting their doors. Our website has more on Canada's ER crisis and wait times. That's at ctvnews.ca. Ontario's housing minister showed himself the door today. He resigned over a scandal involving land removed from the protected Greenbelt, and that triggered a cabinet shuffle by a premier facing political pressure. CTV's Siobhan Morris reports.
They would be Steve Clark's last public comments leading the housing file.
I accept that I ought to have had greater oversight, and to Ontarians I want to say very sincerely that I apologize.
An apology for what the Integrity Commissioner described as Clark sticking his head in the sand, letting his former chief of staff drive an almost reckless process. Today, Clark resigned his cabinet post, writing to the Premier, "Although my initial thought was that I could stay in this role and establish a proper process so that these mistakes don't happen again, I realize that my presence will only cause a further distraction from the important work that needs to be done, and that I need to take accountability for what has transpired."
I expected Mr. Clark to resign. It wasn't sustainable. He brought something to cabinet that he knew was wrong.
Doug Ford had stuck by his minister, even after a damning report from the Auditor General, then a finding that Clark broke ethics laws. Now Ford thanks Clark for his years of service in cabinet and recommits to building at least 1.5 million homes.
The Premier needs to listen to the music here, right?
The NDP wants the Premier to end summer break 3 weeks early.
He should recall the legislature tomorrow so that we can change the legislation, bring the land back into the Greenbelt, and actually start to get some answers to our questions.
Opposition leaders don't think development of former Greenbelt lands can be allowed to continue.
We had a corrupt process, led to a corrupt decision. And right now, wealthy, well-connected Ford insiders are still going to cash in $8.3 billion at our expense.
Political strategists agree starting over is the only way for the government to get past accusations of corruption and cronyism.
They've got to address the fundamental awarding of these parcels of land. If they don't do that, then eventually this thing will roll up on Doug Ford's shore, and he could find himself drowning in a political sea of turmoil.
The Premier has appointed a steadfast fixer, his government House Leader Paul Calandra, to take over the housing file in a late afternoon cabinet shuffle. The Premier also moved Caroline Mulrooney out of transportation. She'd been facing heat for the long-delayed opening of a Toronto LRT line.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News, Toronto.
Now, Doug Ford is expected to speak to reporters in the morning, but today he said he wrote directly to the central bank's governor ahead of the next rate decision on Wednesday. Ford urged the Bank of Canada not to raise interest rates any further, adding, "People all across our province tell me they have to choose between paying their mortgage and putting food on their family's table." The letter follows a similar plea from BC Premier David Eby last week. Concerns about the rising cost of living echoed across the country today as workers marched to celebrate the labor movement. Solidarity! Thousands gathered across the country expressing their solidarity with workers. Days after a recent poll showed nearly half of Canadians live paycheck to paycheck.
We're all fighting for equal rights for everybody and for us all to have a great income for our families.
Music, marching bands and bagpipers marked the celebrations in Toronto. And unions in Edmonton organized a community barbecue on the last long weekend of summer. Up to 10 million Canadians are laboring through an unusual September sizzle. The extended spell of muggy weather is on track to stick around through the beginning of the week, prompting heat warnings for Ontario and Quebec, where the back-to-school lesson plan includes dealing with classrooms that have no air conditioning. And tonight, some schools in the Ottawa-Gatineau area have decided to close their doors altogether. CTV's Vanessa Lee reports.
In a country where summer never seems long enough, this blast of heat is, for the most part, a welcome surprise.
It's a good heat, yes. Can't complain. Right, nothing wrong with that. It was a very warm winter, so even twice can't complain. Right, Dolka? It's too hot. Oh, Booba. She gets too hot. That's it.
At 34 degrees, Toronto was Canada's hotspot today. With the humidity, it felt more like 42. And it was tough to escape at the popular CNE.
So this is not helping me at the current moment.
It is what it is. We get this once a year, like at the X, and we're troopers.
Canada's two largest cities haven't seen temperatures above 30 in weeks. The average high for this time of year is low 20s.
It's been a little kind of unusual, actually, because, in Montreal, they haven't seen a temperature above 30 degrees in September in 5 years. In Toronto, it's been 4 years. So this is not rare, but it's certainly something that we weren't expecting.
Schools weren't expecting to battle a heat wave in the first week of September. One school board in West Quebec canceled classes tomorrow, with others keeping a close eye on teachers and students hitting the books with no air conditioning.
We're monitoring the situation to make sure that, we're using fans, we're using whatever we can to try to keep people cool. If a class is too hot, we can, move to another area of the school where it's a little cooler.
After what could be described as a mediocre August, you won't hear much complaining here. Canadians know all too well what's just around the corner. A heat warning is in effect in Toronto through Wednesday, with hot and humid conditions expected to linger later in the week in southern Quebec. Health officials are urging the vulnerable to stay hydrated and in a cool place. Omar.
All right, Vanessa, thank you. Tens of thousands who spent days stranded at the Burning Man Festival finally got the go-ahead to leave.
We're making it out.
The weather dried up in the remote Nevada desert after 2 months' worth of rain fell in less than 2 days. This is a look at the massive lineup to get out. Trapped festival goers struggle to find ways to escape. Even comedian Chris Rock trudged through the muddy mess for 8 kilometers and eventually hitched a ride with strangers. A hostile storm lashed central Spain, leaving at least 3 people dead and 3 missing. Stunning scenes in Madrid reveal the devastation unleashed over the last 24 hours. The sudden deluge transformed streets into rivers of mud, flipped cars upside down, shut down roads and subway lines. The torrential rain comes after Spain endured a scorching summer. A U.S. official says the elusive North Korean leader could make a rare trip outside his country this month to meet Vladimir Putin in Russia. Kim Jong-un is expected to discuss pledging weapons for Russia's war in Ukraine. And today, another friend reached out to Putin to try and revive a deal dumped by Russia. CTV's Kevin Gallagher reports.
Russian drone strikes hit Ukrainian grain storage near vital export hubs in the southwest. Ukrainian Foreign Affairs Minister Dmytro Kuleba says the Russian attack also hit neighboring Romania, a NATO ally. We have photographic evidence that something hit there, the minister says. CTV News has not independently verified these photos. And Romania's Foreign Affairs Minister denies it happened.
Of course, there is a risk of accident or incidents, but for the time being, it was not the case.
This conflicting account comes as the Ukrainian military faces challenge and controversy. Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov was forced to resign after allegations of financial mismanagement and corruption in the Ukrainian forces. In an effort to lift morale, President Volodymyr Zelensky visited troops near the front lines with Russia, as Ukrainian advances have been slow and costly since it launched its counteroffensive in June.
So we are hoping that the tempo of the counteroffensive will be increasing.
The Turkish president met with Vladimir Putin in an attempt to revive the Black Sea grain deal that Moscow pulled out of in July. The Russian president says he won't allow the safe passage of Ukrainian ships until the West removes obstacles to his country's agricultural exports. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau plans to advocate for Ukraine's role in fighting food insecurity at the G20 summit in India later this week, though any hope of a joint declaration will likely be blocked by Russia. Omar?
All right, Kevin, thanks. Coming up after the break.
Today is a very somber day for our membership.
A First Nation in Saskatchewan marks a heartbreaking anniversary. And why an Ontario couple makes a perfect match. Police in Newfoundland and Labrador are investigating after a First Nation band council office went up in flames. Fire broke out early this morning on the Sheshasi First Nation. Social media video shows the building fully engulfed by the time firefighters arrived. The fire comes just days after a by-election to elect a new chief. Members of the James Cree First Nation reflected on the horrors that unfolded exactly a year ago. It was September 4th, 2022, when Miles Sanderson went on a stabbing spree that left 11 people dead and another 18 injured. The worst stabbing spree in Canadian history. Today, with a mix of remembrance and celebration, the close-knit community marked the tragic anniversary. CTV's Noah Rishog reports.
After 2 days of gathering and celebration at the James Smith Cree Nation, Monday was a day of mourning, as a community marks 1 year to the day of the mass stabbing events of September 2022.
Today is going to be a different day. I know a lot of our people are sad because it was 1 year ago that happened. But the way I look at it, it's a celebration of life, love, and also respect.
The ceremonies, attended by the Federal Minister of Indigenous Services, who claims what happened was no accident.
This happened as a byproduct of generations of families being similarly inflicted with loss and grief and trauma as a result of a colonial approach.
The processions took place in the James Smith Cree Nation on Monday, where the nation was closed off to outsiders as well as the media to allow people to grieve privately.
And today is a very somber day for our membership. You know, a lot of people are still in shock, and a lot of people are in different stages of trauma and therapy, and they haven't quite been able to come out and participate in events yet because they're still not in that safe place yet.
The nearby village of Weldon also lost someone that night. Wes Pedersen's former coffee club gathering to cherish his memory.
A bunch of us that have to do with the Silvertone got together and reminisced around the fire and had a coffee around the fire yesterday. So.
A year later, both communities are still healing, but the victims are clearly not forgotten. Noah Rishog, CTV News, James Smith, Cree Nation.
Still ahead, tributes to a musical all-star.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Remembering Smash Mouth's Steve Harwell.
Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets?
A sad note tonight in the world of pop music. The singer of the Grammy-nominated group Smash Mouth has died.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
Steve Harwell and Smash Mouth released 2 platinum albums in the late 90s. The band's manager says Harwell died at his home in Idaho after suffering acute liver failure. He was 56 years old. And switching gears, a bittersweet time of year in an Edmonton suburb where the end of summer is marked by the annual sheep leaving parade. A procession of woolly mammals head out of Fort Saskatchewan, where they spent the summer grazing in parks as an environmentally friendly way to mow the grass. The flock of around 50, most of them pregnant, will now return to the farm to have their lambs. But they'll be back again next year. After the break, a unique love story. The couple sharing a heartwarming tale about a kidney aimed at inspiring others. There's give and take in any healthy relationship, but one Ontario couple has taken that idea a step further. A life-saving decision they're now speaking about with the hope that it will inspire others to become organ donors. CTV's Hannah Schmidt has their story.
An Elora couple not only shares a close bond, they now share the same scar.
We joke about how we pretty much were strangers at that point.
In November of 2022, Emma Smith donated her kidney to her then new beau, Ben Dirksen, a match made in heaven that was approved by doctors.
It's still surreal, to be honest.
It was a life-saving match for Dirksen and life-changing decision for Smith, but she says she would do it all over again.
I just knew. I was like, I know I'm the person to do this for him.
It all started in the spring of 2021 when Dirksen's life took an unexpected turn when he was diagnosed with kidney disease. Dirksen was on dialysis when he met Smith at a Halloween party in the fall of 2021.
Shortly after that, we started dating and really hit it off.
Faced with this grim reality, Smith immediately made the decision to undergo extensive medical testing to see if she could be a compatible donor.
So I wanted to make sure there was going to be some news to share, and also that I took the appropriate time to really make this decision for myself as well.
Continuing with the tests until October 2022, it was then that doctors informed Smith she was a match, with the surgery booked for November 16th.
Yeah, I'm still blown away by it every day still.
Our support system couldn't have been stronger and couldn't have been more in our corner for this, for sure.
Yeah, we were very lucky to have the support network that we had.
And now, 1 year later, the couple is sharing their shared experience, advocating for more people to become organ donors.
If us getting, our story and our message out there, that just convinces, one person to change that checkbox on their health card or to think about anonymous donation.
And you never know, maybe you too could find your perfect match.
It was 2 months of me not feeling that well to save his life.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah Schmidt, CTV News.
Inspiring couple and an important message. That is a snapshot of this Labor Day Monday. For all of us at CTV National News, thank you for watching. Good night and see you tomorrow.